Ladies and gentlemen, the second act is about to begin. Please.
Not by Sir Lloyd Webber. But stay you know, there's naught to see but God's sweet human mockery. You stay? Well then, I guess all is well. But here, there's just one tale to tell. Four there are, but all are one. A fault, a fool, a drunken bum. And here a man who sits in words, his bowels all twisted up in curls, for he hath learnt of all man's fate. The wife you love will surely hate. A failure he, for up above the audience shows his play no love. And why should they? For it's clear to see there's no rhythm, cadence, or poetry. So sits he now and drinks his last of all he has, his petty cash, waiting for his goodly wife to nurture him with hook and knife. So stay you? Thought I was the fool. I tolerate no view by rule. But come, you're here. What's let is let. They'll speak, but not in comment. Not going up then?
No.
Not your thing, eh?
So it would seem.
Shame though. Second act might be better, you never know.
Right.
Hard to tell with a new performance. Modern, is it?
Something like that.
These new lads. They try their best, but in the end... Wonder what it's about.
It is a satire on mankind's continued inability to see oneself as more than a single, unconnected consciousness. It is a humorous glance at the loss of social connection in an increasingly selfish world. It's 2 hours and 45 minutes of unending banter, mixing social class and racial profiling in an attempt to underpin the very existence of the human soul, is what it is.
Oh well, might get better in the second act. Want another one?
If one is boring, you are a gent, sir. No, I will not have it. You are a gentleman and a scholar, if you have chosen the bottle before the bard. For, as Dylan Thomas once said to me, fuck all words for a pint of whiskey and a quick shag. Though I hasten to add, those are his words and not mine own.
I see.
Yes, 'twas the night he died.
I thought he died in that bar around the corner. There's a plaque.
Oh, no, sir, I assure you.
I've seen the plaque.
Actually, he's right. He died outside that bar, all right, but he was in here for most of the night. Sign this. Can't make it out, mind. He was drunk. He was in here from the time we opened the doors to the time we closed. But my father, he ran the place at the time. He could see he was in a bad way, so he made him go home. You know, like rather than kill one of the world's greatest poets.
Yes. I was in Undermilk Wood once, yes. It was 1956. Yes, 1956. Cold winter it was, terrible. I was playing understudy to Burton, on these very boards, in fact.
Isn't that a play for voices?
True. Yeah, Lord, you are most knowledgeable, my young friend. But what are actors if not voices upon legs? Mine own included. We are but the flesh and blood of another man's fingers as they run across the keyboard or hold a pen or...
Dictated to a machine, I reckon, is nowadays.
No, God, you're actors.
We are... At times, we are people. At times, we are actors. But one scarcely knows the difference these days.
You too? Not really. More of a stage hand, really. Done a bit here and there, though.
Yes, that man has raised the curtain on everyone from Aristophanes to Hare. And drawn the curtain over many in between as well, yes. For beer, bourbon, or flourish, he's your man. Knows exactly when to raise it for a bow or draw it for a tomato, I can assure you.
You know, you have a very unique way of talking.
Ah, you are most perspicacious, sir. yes, well, it was my mother that formed me thus. She was English, my father Gallic, though I know not what. And between them and childhood in Glasgow, and more performances of Twelfth Night than I can count without blushing, have made me what I am.
I mean Shakespeare.
Oh, you have a quarrel with the bard, sir.
No.
It much becomes you.
I like Shakespeare.
As well you might.
You know what the first play I saw was?
Midsummer Night's Dream. Yes, there you were. Central Park.
Clapham Common.
Yeah, Clapham Common. Sunset. The summer edging to a close. Sitting there on your father's knee.
I was 15.
The cusp of manhood breaking in you. Art ready to fall upon you. And row upon row of white chairs falling in the evening mist looking for the world like Arlington Cemetery at the end of a war.
Actually, it was freezing and my brother had a bomb.
Helps pass the time.
Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace.
4 nights I have never seen you thus.
Yeah, that's right.
And you never knew, did you?
Before you were only of the screen, a pale 2 dimensions that repeated like a...
Bad case of deja vu.
Oh, touché.
And you saw what?
A full, fertile 3 dimensions, a breath rounded out, a word performed, motivated, acted.
I left after the interval.
Yes, well, the second act is tedious, I'll grant you that.
Excuse me. Can I help you?
I don't mind him. He doesn't speak, you know.
Oh,
He can't help it.
He's staring at me.
Tim, come, join our merry crew.
Lost his tongue some time back.
Oh, yes, 'twas a foul deed.
He offered to put it back and everything.
Who did?
The doctors said they could do a lot with it, but they didn't.
Well, why not?
Wouldn't let them.
Yes, 'twas a foul deed. But there, it seems, is where love will guide you. He was the best among us.
What, an actor?
Best there was. Bound for stardom, some say.
Yes, I saw...
Not much to look at now, but I'll give you, he could turn the head of any woman, old or young.
Yeah, absolutely. I swear I never saw him in a part that wasn't made for him. He was Troilus. He was Mark Antony. And once he played a character, there was not a man in 1,000 would touch it. I swear, a different man trod on those boards every time. 'Twas as though his skin became the habit of a ghost. His countenance, the playwright's imagination.
No kidding. He was good, though.
Yeah.
Saw him that final night. What was it?
Oh, yes, Candida.
That was it.
Yeah.
He was Marchbanks. Candida was,
Grace Marceau.
Grace.
Oh, yes. Best eyes in the business.
When he came off, I remember this, I had the curtain. When he came off at the end, after the speech...
In 100 years, we shall be the same age. But I have a better secret than that in my heart. Let me go now. The night outside grows impatient.
There was no sound of applause. Not a single clap from the audience.
Nothing. Nothing.
I lowered the curtain like it was a shroud. I know, he's the one for words, but that's what it was like, a shroud. I lowered it and nothing.
And we waited.
5, 10 seconds, not a sound.
And then it came.
A single clap.
The sound of one hand clapping.
One man, that was it, and nothing else. We looked at each other, you know, like you do in the wings. We looked at each other, and Tim gave a shrug.
Oh, no, that was Marcel.
And they went back on. Tim says to me,
Last words he ever spoke, you know.
"Pull it up, Eric!" And I did. And the place shook with thunder, like I've never heard it before or since.
Nevermore.
They forgot it was a play, see? That's how good he was. And it's not the kind of play you forget is a play, if you catch my drift. They're waiting for him in the alley after that.
They? Them.
See, you've got to understand Marceau. She was...
Well, she had...
Exactly.
So what? He just stopped talking?
Well, once they cut out his tongue, he did.
Jesus!
Yes, one does not, it seems, covet thy neighbour's maul.
Mafia?
Why do you think we call him Scene Cutter?
You are perhaps thinking of rejoining?
No, I don't think so.
Yet it would seem there is something there to draw you.
No, I doubt it.
Another, kind sir, if you so please. What know you of yonder divertissement?
He means the play. You seem to, you know, care.
Well, they're not laughing anymore.
And should they be?
Pretty much.
Ah, well, 'tis a good play, I think, if the sound of the actors doesn't reach, but the audience does, well, it's a sign of felicitude, at least. I didn't happen to see a poster on the way in, though.
Something about a radio, I think.
Oh, yes, yeah, I heard that from somewhere.
The cast of Brian MacArthur, the radio was on the poster. They should be laughing now.
I see.
Another one, then? What's it about?
About 2 hours too long, it seems.
Ah, the curtain calls.
Write or direct it?
Both.
And now they've signed you up with promises of fame and fortune and left you dangling, is that it?
Pretty much.
Let me guess. Half the profits, 3-week run, but...
Only if they get half the gate on opening night.
Exactly.
Bastards.
Old Scene Cutter's a good one, all right. He'll have you by the balls and no mistake.
Did you put money up front?
Half.
And the performance rights?
No.
Oh, well, then you should consider yourself lucky. I mean, I would. Many's the man who's got the better of with that one.
He's right, you know. Could have been worse.
So what? I've been had.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Listen, you shouldn't be too hard on yourself. It can happen to the best, trust me. An old scene cutter's only doing his job, really. You know, most plays we get in here, of course I don't mean yours, but most plays, they're like, well, shit. You know what I mean? It's like someone stands on stage and preaches something for about 3 hours or something. Nobody wants to see that.
Yes, no one should have to.
People, they want to be entertained, taken out of themselves. What I'm saying is, old scene cutter's only doing his job. This theatre, it's been here since before the Depression, real long. Most of the people who come, most of the folks who come back, they want what they're used to. You get my drift? They want...
Shakespeare.
Usually, yeah, but we got a reputation for new talent. Wilde, Shaw, Eyre, Neil Simon, they all did their first stuff here. And of course you'd know that if you wrote the thing, so...
So old Scene Cutter puts on a new play every now and then. Bankrolls it, so to speak, and the people think it's avant-garde.
They come, which is the point. And they come back when something they really want to see is on.
Yes, it's the cost of the business. You see.
Market forces.
So I've been had.
Well, wouldn't say that. Wouldn't say that at all. You got your play performed,
Yeah.
got your name in lights.
Yeah, well, no, not lights.
No,
but...
not lights, but you know what I mean. You got your name up there, got what you wanted. And don't take this the wrong way, but 6 months from now, you're going to be writing sitcoms for $1,000 an hour, and nobody's going to care about it. You're not going to care about it.
Well, I will if I have to write sitcoms.
Really?
Well, there you have it. A drink for the bard.
What?
He says he likes your play. Loves it.
I don't understand.
He says you got a heart for dialogue. Beautiful you are, he says. With words. No, the actors are crap.
Well, thank you. I mean, really. Thank you.
And he rarely says but one word about anything too.
I wish I'd seen it now. He watches all the rehearsals, you know.
Yeah.
Old scene cutter can hardly throw him out. And he's as quiet as a mouse. Oh, dear. Our very own Phantom. So, what's it about, this play?
No, look, you know, it's kind of you. It's really nice to know. But, you know, all I know, this is a year of my life and half of my savings out of the window for what's turned out to be a one-night vanity piece.
Oh, now, Tish and Piffle, come, we must have it.
Come on, what's it gonna hurt?
Oh, thank you, really. It's kind of you, but it doesn't stop it being a flop.
You can't think of it like that, really. You can't think of it like that.
No, you see, it's the cost of the business.
Who
I mean,
knows? There's always people here. Maybe he'll get a movie or something, or put on somewhere else.
What, like high school? Anyway, don't want a movie, I don't.
yeah, no, I mean, who would want staccatos when you could have ariettas? Who sex when you could have romance?
Computer games when you still have a life.
yes, and who a movie when you could have the stage?
He's right.
I like movies.
Well, so do we all. It's just, yes, like you didn't write Flesh and Blood to see it turned into a photograph.
Exactly. I like plays. I
Yes.
love plays. I mean, to see that up there, the rounding out of a character, you know, becoming the words, you know, knowing that if you were to do it again, it would be different because you are different than the last time you did it, you know, to put words into the mouths of other people. I mean, that's what I wanted here.
Ah, a poet! Ha ha! Truly, the bard lives on. Drink! Now, let me tell you, young,
Will.
Will! young Will! The theatre is the last bastion of art in human form. Now, nowhere else, and especially not in movies, does man take the form of art. Not artist, but art, but on the stage. I mean, who gives two pennants what it looks like when you can do a take 1,000 times? Art, if nothing else, is transcendence. And there is no transcendence in repeating a line until you get it right, is there? No. Cheers.
Look, all I know is that my play, be it funny, be it poignant, be it sacrilege, is getting scrapped so that them up there can get A Midsummer Night's Dream on in the middle of November. A play, I might add, that they've seen 1,000 times, that they know, that they bloody well can chant line for line.
People want what they've always wanted. I'm sorry, man. I've got nothing against new plays, but there's not a theme that's not been done to death. Why listen to somebody telling you about something you already know when there's somebody you know who tells it better?
Yeah, now what my friend is trying to say in his own patulous way is that there is nothing new under heaven.
And why listen to someone tell you a story when an old friend can do the same?
Drink.
What'll it be?
JD and Coke for the lady. And what you got in the way of pure malt scotch?
Glenmorangie?
Lovely. Drink out of the open last year. Good enough for Tiger, good enough for me, eh? So, you guys managed to escape Ebisu, eh? Never should have gone back up after the break, if you ask me. Not exactly Romeo and Juliet, if that's my dream.
The lead actor was quite good.
Was he? Who could tell? All that one flew over the cuckoo's nest. Who wants that nowadays?
And what do you want?
Well, I'll tell you. We want murder, intrigue, and a little bit of lust.
Maybe.
No, I said it. Sex, blood, and, well, more sex and more blood. Anyway, none of this talking to the damn audience. Would Pacino talk to the audience? I think not.
Looking for Richard.
I don't like that. I don't do documentaries, you know. Where's the escape?
Now that's what we need more of. Shakespeare. Boy knew how to write a play, I'll give him that. Can't understand half of what he's fucking talking about, but then that's the point, right?
And the costumes are so pretty.
There's got to be something, I don't know, unreal about a play, you know what I mean?
And the romance.
These boys these days don't seem to get that, you know. Saw that Metamorphosis in Sweden 20 years ago, and I thought,
What the hell has a man got to do with a butterfly? You know what I mean? It's just not real.
Oberon was a member of the Senate, was he?
What?
What my young friend here is trying to say is that even the immortal bard, the Aristotelian muse, had to have his work performed for the first time somewhere.
Hey, I saw that.
Yes, well, even myths must have their momentum.
Gwyneth Paltrow and what's his name?
We were all young once.
British guy with the sexy eyes.
And I'm all for it, you know. I'm a goddamn season ticket holder here, Fox and everything. And honestly, it's because they do this whole new play thing. Even though it is half price, I'm all for supporting the arts.
As long as we don't have to sit through them.
Amen. But Barkeep. That's the spot.
So, what you're trying to say is, all new plays are crap.
Monkeys, a lot of them.
I suppose you want them in black and white as well?
No, you've got to keep the colour for the dresses.
Boy, everything that was said in the 5 plays of Shakespeare. Everything else is a copy. That and the Bible.
5 plays?
Oh, I know some say he didn't write them all, but that's crap. Doesn't matter how you slice and dice it, they're the 5 plays. 1 man wrote them, 5 men wrote them. Who cares?
Just out of curiosity, my good sir, but what, pray, are the 5 plays?
Yeah, you're an actor, ain't you?
Well, for my sins, yes.
Then you should know. Midsummer Night, Hamlet,
Romeo and Juliet.
Macbeth and King Lear.
And that one they made into the movie, what was the title?
Oh, okay. I see what you're getting at. All right, excuse me. 6. That one with the black geezer. What's his name?
Denzel Day-Lewis.
That's the man.
Much ado about nothing.
What?
Sir, I must tell you that there are 38 plays by the bard.
39.
39.
The Rape of Lucretia.
And I have trod the boards with them all.
All right. Jesus, of course there are more.
I thought that was in the Second World War.
I meant 5 good ones.
6.
6.
In China.
I'm just saying, if you want theatre done, do Shakespeare. I mean, that's what we studied it all for in high school for, right?
Or was it Italy? Berlusconi?
All that to be or not to be. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth.
Actually, that's funny. That's from the Bible, you know, which is funny. Because when I was young, my mother, she's pretty religious. You know, she used to quote Bible verses to me all the time. You know, when I was young or something, she'd say something like, "Oh, cleanliness is next to godliness." I mean, that's in the Bible. Or neither a borrower nor a lender be. That's in the Bible. And then I grew up and found out that they were in Shakespeare.
And what do you do, young man?
I'm a playwright.
Really? You should submit something. I'm a custodian here. I can see it gets on. Would I have seen any of your work?
You would have walked out during the 2nd act. That's my play upstairs.
Well, the lead actor was cute.
Oh, gee. Ain't I the schmuck, I guess? I mean, excuse me for having an opinion. Who am I to judge, right? I mean, I just made $160 million last year, and I keep this hole open. Sorry I'm not artsy enough for you.
Apparently, I'd have to be dead 500 years for you to like me.
You know, screw you. All that talking at the audience.
What, like a narrator?
2 households, both alike in dignity, and fair Verona, where we lay our seed.
Oh, okay, I get it. But that dialogue, man, I mean, if I wanted to hear how the man on the street talks, I'll go and rent a goddamn rap video. Where's the poetry? Come on!
Where's the romance?
He's 65.
Who is?
Brian MacArthur, the character. I mean, what do you want from him?
Romance doesn't stop at 20.
Sure it doesn't, he? Listen, kid, I'm sorry we didn't like your play, all right? If I'd known you wrote it, I might have been a bit nicer about it, you know what I mean?
You could have done something with those dresses.
But what I want, and let me tell you, what I want is what everyone wants. Everyone who can afford a ticket, that is. What? What? You think that's Joe Public in the cheap seats up there? Joe Public don't give a shit about the theatre. Joe Public don't like to dress up. And you've got to dress up for the theatre. No. Joe Public wants to lie on this bed at home, eating pizza off his chest, watching a rerun of Friends on the telly. That's what Joe Public wants. What we want is a bit of culture. We don't want to be educated about no goddamn streetcar. We don't want no exposition on the world today. Hell, that's why we buy Forbes. No, we want culture. We want to put our education to use. And our education is, was, and always goddamn will be William fucking Shakespeare. We want lines we don't understand. We want plot holes so big you could drive a truck through them. We want to make sense of it all, or at least understand what the fuck we studied it for in the first place. You want to put on a play, we want to watch Shakespeare.
I'm a writer, not a director.
Then write a fucking Shakespeare play. Fucked if any of us would know the difference. Hey. And I'll tell you another thing. I did not sit through hours of Keats and crap and couplets and what have you so that I could buy and sell companies. No. I sat through it so that I'd be accepted into society. Now that I'm here, who wants to hear people talk like me? I don't.
So, if I want to write a play, I have to write like a dead man.
Why not? Listen, kid, everything's commercial. Everything. It's all about money, and most of it's about mine. You give the people what they want, and they thank you for it. You want to make a living? Suck up and do something.
Sir, it is clear to me that you know nothing about art, and less still about the theatre. Art is expression. It is creative. Acting is putting flesh and blood to the animal of imagination. Bones to words. Expression. We all lie in our own darkness and shout at the stars, hoping they can hear us, wondering if they can answer. The theatre, and dare I say art, nay, acting, is the very core of humanity. One cannot just write Shakespeare. Shakespeare is. One cannot simply create Antony or Cleopatra. They are platonic forms that have existed since time immortal within the consciousness of man and expressed, nay, imparted to us by the bard. We are all under his shadow, it is true. We all find our skies dotted with his cloud, but write Shakespeare? A man could no more breathe words than he could again Ophelia or Brutus or Katharina.
Who?
How about
Kiss me, Kate.
Oh, my Sam.
You don't know what you're talking about. You think everyone's like you. Well, let me tell you something, sunshine. Nobody gives a shit about art until they're told. No one has the faintest goddamned opinion. Hell, I read in a newspaper that you're the latest Van Gogh, and I'll believe it. But until then, it's nothing but crap. Who chooses? Is that art? Is this?
I like paintings myself. Dresses, rough.
Still, it's interesting, isn't it?
what is?
Had I the heavens embroidered cloths?
Ah, Yeats.
Yeah, but who'd know, right? I mean, when Phantom of the Opera is the note of high society, I mean, who could tell what art is anymore? Let alone who made it. He can't.
Here, listen, kid. I'm sorry we didn't like your play, all right? And I might not be as up on the arts as you, but I'm the one who buys them. I've worked my goddamn guts out for the last 20 years. I'm not dumb.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not. So, who would know? I mean, really, who could tell?
Oh?
I mean, put together a vaguely Shakespearean theme, you know, throw in a few couplets. I doubt you'd even have to do it in iambic pentameter. Who could know? Who would know?
So?
People want what they want. Be it OJ or moon landings. Truth of it doesn't matter, only that we believe it. A liar isn't a liar if everyone thinks it's true.
I get bored with the same thing over and over again. But as long as they change the costume.
You know what? I am half inclined to do this. Imagine a new play by William Shakespeare performed here. I mean, it would run for weeks and
They can't be serious.
Jesus, where'd he come from?
No, it can't be done. No one could hold a candle
You know,
to...
I remember my brother coming to see me at the end of my production. Got here early. Ibsen play. Watched the whole of the final act from the wings with me. You know what he said? Shakespeare then, is it?
What I've been saying. Listen, kid, you write a Shakespeare play, make sure it's got lots of blood and guts, you know, like the old ones, and I'll help you put it on.
Madness! Well, it would have to be timeless. I mean, the plot, I mean...
There's a king, always a king.
Which kings did he do?
Well, Richard...
Henry. They weren't any good, though.
What weren't any good?
Well, fifth was good.
Oh, good. Oh, what's more under the bridge, dear friends? Board up the holes with our English dead. Not bad, was it?
Yeah, it has to be real.
No,
There was no King Lear.
No, he's right. It would have to be real. Otherwise, you know, it would be new to them. Something they know. Something that they thought Shakespeare wrote in the first place.
Henry VIII, then.
Ah, but he did write it.
Never seen it performed.
Give it 100 marks, I'll to the Queen.
No, he wrote it. I think the point would be to do something he didn't write.
Richard the Lionheart!
Richard the Lionheart!
I've heard of him.
Ah, but then there's all that fighting in the Middle East. Too political. You know what they say about Shylock?
Blasphemy, that is.
Excuse me, the ladies, sir.
No
Over
one's
there.
going to see an anti-Semitic play.
Give us a call if there's not a wall.
Okay, so where does it leave us?
How about his father?
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not totally familiar with the Plantagenets.
Henry Plantagenet, Henry II.
What did he do?
Do? Oh, well, nothing much, you know, just king at 17, though not from the line, married the most beautiful woman in the world, and I might add the wife of his rival, the King of France, killed his best friend. Yeah. So do not much at all.
Who do you think you're talking to? I don't let nobody speak to me like that.
Well, then you should be happy, for I am nobody.
You got that right.
In your world.
Lads!
Thomas Becket, I'd forgotten about that.
That's right, had him killed in his own cathedral.
The Line in Winter, Peter O'Toole and Catherine Hepburn.
Hey, I saw that on TV. Glenn, what's his name, and that guy from Star Trek? Yeah, that wasn't Shakespeare.
Oh, what, not one of his 5 plays?
Yeah, you haven't got anything to say, why don't you say nothing?
Oh, look, a rhetorical statement in more than one effect.
Thomas Becket, Henry II, you might have something there.
Has all the hallmarks of a Shakespeare play. Love, death,
Sex and blood.
Why not?
Why not? Well, look, I'll tell you why not. Because he didn't write it, is why not. And it's St. Thomas Becket.
not then it wasn't.
Oh, look, it'll never work.
Well, why not?
Because, my young friend, you are not Shakespeare. You wouldn't know the first thing about writing in verse. It does have to be in verse. You wouldn't know how to write it in verse.
Doesn't have to be in verse, it's just got to sound Shakespearean, you know. These and thous and...
Oh, yes, that's all it is to you, isn't it? Just difficult English.
That's what it is to everyone.
Look, and Henry didn't even kill St. Thomas.
Oh, he had people killed.
No, he said, I wish he were dead, and his knights who wanted him dead, they just took him literally.
Well, what's more Shakespearean than that?
I don't see what your problem is here. We're just talking.
Yeah, about rewriting history. About stealing a soul, another man's soul for your own gain. It's bloody plagiarism,
Well,
is
it's
what
not
it is.
plagiarism if you didn't
Well,
write
it's
it.
necrophilia then, or something. Look, you never steal from another. That is the rule above all. It is the creed, the flagon, the right in the writer.
But don't you want to get back at them? I mean, here you are, veteran of 1,000 nights, but when did the spotlight shine for you? I mean, when did he pull the curtain on your court?
Hubris alone.
Oh, come on! You are one of the greatest actors of our time. You are Mephistopheles. You are Lear. You are
Agamemnon.
Agamemnon.
Excuse me.
But they reject you. I mean, here you are, in your prime.
Oh, boy, look, you are wasting your time. Now, you're a good lad, and Tim thinks something of a writer, but the bard? The immortal bard? And I'm sorry, you're not much of a flatterer either.
Oh, come on, but don't you want to see something pulled over all those people in the cheap seats? All of those people who pay for Romeo but never for Cressida, for Falstaff but never for Caliban. Wouldn't you like, just once, to see old scene cutter on his knees, begging for something, you to be put on, begging you to be in something? I mean, I could see it now. We turn then to England Green.
Well, look, you can't even do that right. I mean, we turn then to England Green.
Well, how would it go then if Shakespeare did it, if the bard did it?
Well, he wouldn't use green for England for a start.
Well, what would he use?
Pale green.
We turn to England pale green.
Turn we then to pale England's green.
What the hell is going on here?
What can I get you, love?
Madam, do you mind?
Good timing if you ask me.
You have driven away the eternal
I
muse.
thought you backstage.
Well, we were kind of in
You know this woman?
This woman happens to be married to this man, if you don't mind.
For better or worse?
Madam, may I
Honey,
say?
this is your day. What the hell are you doing in this bar?
Oh, well.
Well, I just needed to get some air, that's all.
Alcohol is more like it. I don't understand you. I don't really. This is your day. This is what we worked for. This is your big break, and you're down here with what? The rejects from fame. Oh no.
I'll see you much the same
No,
thing.
listen.
What you listening? Big rubbish. Anyway, I don't know much about plays. You know that, darling. But this is your moment. We are near the end.
It doesn't matter.
Madam, if I may,
If you don't mind, I'm trying to have a word with my husband.
Yeah.
I'm sure that Mama will serve you with whatever you thought my husband was buying for you, out of your own money.
Honey.
What?
What?
What is?
This, the play. It's a con. I mean, they put a new play on every now and again, but half the seats out there are free. I mean, there's no way we're going to take enough.
I don't. This is opening night.
But there's a clause in the contract. If we can't sell half the seats, if we can't take half the house, the play closes.
But it's a full house. Don't be silly.
But it's a con. I mean, they're all season ticket holders, like this man here.
He's right, I'm afraid. I wouldn't pay a penny to see a new play. No offence.
None taken.
Surely.
We all get free tickets seeing new production. Makes us feel like patrons of the arts.
Only there's no new play. Not really. We just put it on.
But we've got 2 weeks.
Only if we can sell half the seats.
But it's full.
But nobody's paid. Well,
And the money put up.
That's the con, I'm afraid. They've been rehearsing Midsummers for the past month, ready to go on tomorrow. But it seems your man here has got the gift, really.
Yeah.
I think he'll be able to do his own thing next time. The John Wilkes Booth Memorial Theatre, Minnesota or something.
Yeah,
Probably get it up front.
You said we get that back.
well, they said it was full. I mean, well,
They said.
So what? You telling me we put our savings into this for? What? Nothing? A one-night fucking thing? Oh, Jesus!
No, love.
I mean, Jesus!
No, darling.
Oh, I don't believe. Fuck! I mean, Jesus! How can you be so dumb? I mean, how can you be so fucking dumb all the time?
come on.
Jesus!
Look, I'm as pissed as you, but...
You are not pissed. You are pissed.
No, come on.
Well, that's it then.
No, come on.
No, that's it. Oh,
Let's just talk about it.
you talk about it, and I'm going.
No, come on.
Screw you.
Better get this lot cleared up then.
That's some woman.
Yeah.
And I know women.
She's very pretty.
Hell of a mouth on her, no offence.
Yeah.
I had a woman like that once. Broke my heart, broke my balls. A woman like that can take your balls with nothing more than a glance. Am I right?
I thought she was pretty.
Of course you did, honey. Art the size of Manhattan. Woman like that, art the size of a nut. Art the size of the bull she'll rip off you. Am I right?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, listen to me. Listen, I'm trying to tell you something. I fell in love with a woman like that once. Deeply in love. Head over balls. And she took them. Both. Like that. There are only two types of woman, my son. Partners, my young naive friend. those who are with you for you, those who want to be around you because you're such an interesting person to be around, and those who are with you for themselves. You have to ask yourself this. Why is she with you?
I've got to go.
Because a woman like that is with you for only one reason, and that's to bring you down. To bring you down so she can be up. You're either gold or dirt. Nothing in between.
Honey.
And as soon as you're one, she'll want to make you the other.
Look, can I go?
Go! Fuck! I'm not standing in your way. But where you going to, man? See that? Because there's nothing there that's not designed to fuck you.
Robert.
Now this here. This is Jem. Why do you think she's with me?
So, is that okay?
You think she's with me for the money?
Yeah.
She's with me for the gold?
Yeah.
She's with me because I'm rich.
Yeah, something like that, yes.
Pretty little girl like this, just with me for the cash.
Stop it.
Why else?
Attaboy. You think she's just fucking me hoping my heart runs out, that it?
Yes,
Eh?
something like
She
that.
just closes her eyes and thinks of Tony Blair.
Look, money's on the bowl, right?
You don't get it, do you? Your money's no good here. It wasn't upstairs, not down.
What do you want from me?
Nothing. I don't want anything from you. I've got everything. I've got money coming out of my arse. I've got a beautiful girl on my arm. I don't want nothing from you.
Look, I'm sorry, all right?
No, you don't have to apologise. You're right. Your mistake is you think my money and me aren't the same thing.
What?
I die, and regrettably I have to say I will one day die, and every penny she spends will remind her of me. Money is success, and I am every goddamn red cent of it. Every nickel. It's who I am. Fuck me. I must be a success. Now, who the fuck are you?
They ripped me off. Don't you get that? I promised her this.
You promised her shit.
No, I promised her this. This is what we were working towards, and this is what I put my money into. So don't tell me what I didn't promise her, because I promised her this.
And you got fucked. You want to go home and get fucked again? That what you want? You've got the talent. She knows that. You know that. What you were doing here...
You want me to fake Shakespeare?
I want you to be a man. Be a man. What? Oh, I see. I bet she's got a nice little job lined up for you, ain't she, eh? Balls in a sack over Daddy's mantelpiece. 9 to 5 in a hardware store while her family says, told you so. That it?
It's not as easy as that.
Of course it is. You're you and she's there for you, or you're hers and she's there for herself. You do this so well I can't tell the from thee, and I'll bankroll you.
You put up the money.
I'd pay for it.
But why? Well, for what? Nobody would know.
Why not? Put it on and then say, hey schmucks, I wrote this. I wrote this, you sycophantic head up your own arse snot noses. Up to you.
You are nuts. Did you know that?
You write a script, give it to my friend here,
Eric.
he gives it to me. It fools me, I'll put it on full run gratis. See if the fuckers can tell their shit from Shyola.
Well, if it fooled even one critic, it would be...
see? You got yourself a cast, you got yourself an idea, now get me a script.
Yeah, but why are you doing this, sir?
Because sometimes we are not our situations, alright? The best fucking painter never picked up a brush. The best musician died at birth. And the best men get their balls cut off by women. Go prove her wrong.
How long have I got?
I give a shit.
There's a hole in the schedule about 3 months from now, a 2-week run.
There you are then.
But that's not long enough.
Go.
You're nuts, you know.
Go.
Here!
You're nuts.
Go.
Honey.
We'll go in a minute. Yeah. You're quiet,
I am, yes.
but you can do it,
He has it in him, yes.
and they'll believe it.
Well, some of them will, maybe. You have a plan
Something like that.
concerning maybe...
Money, of course. Yeah, wait for him to come back, then send me the tab for the drinks till now, alright?
Oh,
And that. Better hope Shakespeare wrote a mutiny to his cast.